You're such an asshole.
This request made me happy. This is a really, like, it's a well-written, although he he's like, I apologize if it was kind of meandering. Like, no, buddy, I know where you're coming from. I'm sure a lot of guys have this question too. And he mentions good old Paul Elam. You guys may not know him. He's old school. So, and this will help with a lot of guys because I'm like, yeah, it happened to me too. Cappy, I read a post by Paul Elam about dating being a humiliation ritual. I wanted your opinion on it. He said the conditions under which men approach women with romantic intent is and always was a humiliation ritual in which women give Caesar-like thumbs up or down to men who wait for her judgment the same way a beggar waits for a few coins. And I found it on Paul's Twitter account, and that's where I got that image. It was perfect because I have to spend a fair amount of time looking because I up my thumbnail game. If you didn't notice, I did up my thumbnail game. And sometimes it takes 5-10 minutes. If you could find that thumbnail, like, I like that one. That's good. When asking out girls, the fear of rejection, when asking out girls, I understand the fear of rejection. Nobody likes being rejected, but I do not like the act I have to go through to ask a girl out and then usually act like I'm interested if she turns out to be boring and uninteresting, which they usually are. Even if she says yes, I still feel a little disgusted with myself having to ask in the first place. I feel like I'm actually begging and groveling a bit, which just puts me off. I know this is irrational as there is no other way to ask women out, but is there a way to do so without feeling like this is a humiliation ritual? Thanks, and we will keep you anonymous. And so that is a great question. Let me go to my notey notes. Where'd my notey notes go? Here are the notey notes. I should just print off my notey notes and then make a book called Notey Notes. It won't sell. All right, so here's the short answer. It depends on the act, and dating is a humiliation ritual if you want it to be. Right. So I got 4 points to make here. I apologize for being so orderly. But first, let me tell you a story about a friend of mine and I. I was crashing at his place in Prescott, and he's a big hiker. We were just hiking. And then each night we just sat and watched this entire series. I think it was National Geographic about animal behavior, narrated by Tom Hanks. And I've mentioned this this video, this documentary before, because if you look at it with not even red pill eyes, just this is how we're all animals and this is how it is. Dude, all males of all species do stupid, dumbass humiliation rituals. There's this one bird doing the bird dance. And it didn't matter which animal it was all stupid. But animals, I don't know if are capable of embarrassment, right? An animal ain't gonna, I feel a bit disgusted with myself groveling and begging, but I have the realization to know that there's no other way to get this orangutan female to have sex with me. it's all instinct. But without fail, it did to every single one. I mean, my buddy, like, wow, it's just like humans. Guy wants to get laid. Girl don't want to get laid that much. Guy does embarrassing fucking shit. You know, I'm not one of these swans, but that swan dance they were doing with their legs going up, pretty fucking embarrassing. Anyway, and we've all been there. All you guys have done dumb, stupid, embarrassing shit to ask out a girl. And even if it wasn't dumb, stupid, embarrassing shit, you know, puffing your chest and flocking your feathers, you still, when you go up, the nature of it is you're immediately subserviating yourself to that person. No different than a job interview, right? And I get it, man. That fucking God, I gotta smile and actually act like this HR person is human, like they're an equivalent to me. I gotta beg for this job from this HR creature, and oh, I hate it, fucking hate it. So I know what you're talking about. But there's a difference, thank God, between humans and animals. And the way I kind of gonna thread the needle here. It's the difference between you being a simp and a man asking for a date. And it basically boils down to point one, are you doing stupid rituals when you ask her out or take her on a date? All right. So let me show you stupid male rituals that are embarrassment or humiliation rituals. Okay. Nightclubs. Nightclubs, thank God they're fading away. But those are the biggest, most embarrassing humiliation rituals I think that are out there. You pay, they don't. You stand in line, they don't. You got to pay for parking, they don't. You go in there, it's loud. They shoot you down because that's entertainment. It's very gladiatorial, very much like the Roman emperor. They're just watching the lions eat you. It is purposely designed to be a temple of worship to young attractive women. And you go there and you pay your tithe, you pay the cover charge, you buy them drinks, and they don't even, they're like, no, no, no. It is. Now it's a very galvanizing process. If you go through that, I think Mike Sartain said if you can handle a nightclub, you can talk to a girl pretty much anywhere, and it's true. I mean, I remember going to nightclubs in the 90s, aughts, not afraid of women. But that is an embarrassment. You have no dignity, you have no self-respect. You're going to accept these unacceptable terms and go through a truly not only an embarrassing ritual, but a complete waste of time, and a taxing and annoying. It's loud, and I remember when people could smoke in bars. Um, also at nightclubs, buying drinks. All right. I'm not saying don't buy a girl a drink, but if that's your opening line, like, yeah, I bought her a drink. Nope, you are submitting yourself or subserviating yourself. If time goes on and you get to know each other, or the girl agrees to go out for drinks, okay, that's different. You said you're going to go out for drinks, but that's still a ritual. That's embarrassment. Buying flowers, you never buy flower back in the day, maybe not now. Flowers are for your man gal. Flowers are for your wife or your Saturday night gal. It is not for a girl. Like I think I did that once or twice. Mean, like, back in do you guys remember when they had carnations? Carnations would come to sale, and you'd buy the girl you like a carnation. Oh, fucking cringe. Fucking cringe. Oh, it was bad. It was bad. You never get girls flowers. That's a reward for a gal that you like anyway. And you always buy the girls flowers on some random Tuesday. You don't wait for their birthday. You do it because you like the girl and she's pretty and the flowers are pretty. That's the role flowers play. Are you fawning over the girl? Are you trying to butter her up with compliments? I'm not saying you insult her, but are you like, "Oh, you're so beautiful." That's like "Oh, you're so beautiful." Those are the 4 most sawdust drying words in the human language for women. You already have become her acolyte. You've become her her, what do they call congregant members? Well, worshiper, for lack of a better word. So you never tell her she's beautiful. I mean, not never, but not right off the bat. And then basically any form of simping, right? You don't pick her up from the nightclub and drive her home. You don't listen to her whine and complain about her boyfriend. You don't say, I'll be over right away. Knock that fucking shit off. That's you being her servant. I guess a way of considering a ritual or simping is you're a servant in one way or another. You understand the line I'm trying to paint here? Now that's you asking them out. Okay. Those are simp like behaviors. And I guess going up to a girl and asking her on a date is it cannot help but be a way that you're in the subserviating role. 48 laws of power. Whoever has the least amount of interest has all the power. That dynamic doesn't change. Women will always be in the superior or more powerful position than men. That doesn't mean you have to make an embarrassment of yourself doing simping slash humiliation rituals and actions and behaviors. You see what I'm saying? This then can also carry on to the date itself. And I only come up with 3 examples, but I'm sure there'd be more if we thought about it. For example, accepting her being late. If you tolerate her being late, that means you value her time more than yours. You're subserviating yourself. That's simp behavior. That's a ritual. I guess maybe not a ritual, but that now everything, like, I feel like I'm groveling because you are groveling. I feel like I'm begging, you are begging. You will tolerate her wasting your time just so Peen get touched. Tolerating bad behavior in general, like if they treat the staff poorly, they don't tip well, um, whatever is not nice behavior, but you overlook it because you want peen get touched. That's subserving yourself. That's putting them on a higher platform than you because you allow them to essentially get away with a crime against humanity. Not a big crime, treating a staff poorly is not a crime, but I'm not going to tip them, or I'm going to be late, or I'm going to complain about the food all the time to the staff instead of shutting the fuck up and eating your goddamn food. That type of shit. And then I'll give you probably the most simp light humiliation ritual date I ever went on. There was a gal, and yeah, I want peen get touched. Me want peen touched. That's what I was motivated by. We went to the Minneapolis Institute of the Arts, which I like. The Minneapolis Institute of the Arts actually has real art. The Walker Art Museum is where all the talentless frauds and trust fund babies go to show their shitty minimalist art, and then their parents and grandparents use it as a money laundering operation. Just ask Joey Biden's son, Hunter Biden. So she says, "Oh, do you want to go to the MIA with me, Minneapolis Institute of the Arts?" I say, "Sure." She's like, "There's this pregnant photograph art exhibit, photograph pregnant woman art exhibit." I'm like, you know what I should have said? No, that's fucking gross. That's fucking stupid. No, but I put her ahead of me because me want peen touched, and I had to go with what in hindsight was a truly stupid woman. Ironically, she's just trying to become a doctor. I don't know if she ever did, but the cluelessness, the total lack of self-awareness. I mean, maybe she had a high IQ, but the the lack of situational awareness or being able to read the room, or I mean, total solipsism. No consideration for others. Just me, 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 me. I want to go. And how fucking boring does your life got to be that you go, like, of all the things I got to go see, right? Like, I'm not a big art guy. But if you said, Aaron, let's go look at there's a photography gallery display being shown at this museum. It's of pretty pictures of flowers. And you know what? I'm not a big flower guy, but I can understand seeing pretty pictures of flowers. Like, yeah, who doesn't like colorful things? All right, let's go see it. Who the fuck wants to see black and white photos of pregnant women? What the fuck is that? Why not a toe fungus photography collection? Why not? Look at this toe fungus. Look how infected this toe is. Look at this thing. Oh, that toe is all mangled. And look at the fungus. This is yellow fungus. That's green fungus. We don't even know what that fungus is. Toe fungus, the art gallery showing at the MIA. So, and I should have walked away from that one earlier than I did. But I went there like a dope, didn't get laid. Why? Because I was subservieting myself. I held no standards. I'm like, yes, yes, milady. Yes, milady. Whatever you want, milady. Peen touch now. And I feel embarrassed about it. I feel a little bit of disgust with myself. I should have said, no, that's bullshit. No, we're not doing that. Come over to my house in some lingerie. Have sex. If you're not going to have sex, get the fuck out. Don't bother showing up. And so I came up with some more examples of like date selection. Okay. There's simp dates where it's not fun for you and it is purely only for her enjoyment. Versus there are dates that are mutually beneficial. You both are going to enjoy it and you're not wasting your time. So, for example, a simp date would be dinner. Now, again, I'm not saying you don't take your woman out to dinner. Dinner and flowers and all that, the nice shit. Or like, fine, take the girl for a burger or tacos or something real quick. Okay, fine. I'm talking like a sit down, nice dinner. No, that's for a girl that's earned it. That's for a girl you actually like. All right. And it's also awkward if you're on the first date and you're like at this fine dining place. The fucking radar goes up and the hair on the back of the neck, because there's way too much investment and commitment that it scares them. I remember taking a girl on a horse cart ride, although we had been dating a bit, so it was her birthday, and I wanted to impress her. Guys, you would have not believed who I was 24, 25, 30 years. Well, definitely not 30 years, but yeah, even a quarter century ago, you wouldn't believe the man I was back then. Well, there were some aspects that are today, but Oh, she wants it. Oh, I know what I want for my birthday. I'm like, what's that? I want to go on the horse cart ride down by the Mississippi. I'm like, oh yeah, I saw that thing. Fuck. This was not cheap. I don't even know, but it was more than $100. And we're talking '90s dollars, early $2000. No, no, you don't take them to that shit. We're talking date selection, the initial dates anyway. A coffee, right? Drinks, house parties, a dance class, hiking, and maybe it's more to get to know each other. It's for an interview. As unromantic and Machiavellian and boring as that might sound, it's an interview. You want to get to know that person. Okay. Those are the dates that are not simping. So if you ask a girl out on a date to coffee, that's not, milady, I wish to take my jacket off and lay it on the mud so that thou shall walk across it and not get thy little toesies dirties with the toe fungus that'll be showing at the MIA. Toe fungus, the latest and greatest of artwork displays in all of America. Toe fungus. Just, I remember going there and just not getting violently ill, but just having this disgust in my stomach. Like, oh God, this is so fucking. These are all like, oh, like emotional, and I'm holding my belly, and it's black and white. Like, fuck you. We've been doing it since the dawn of time. It'd be the equivalent to a guy like, like the guy with the fish, like this, the meme. But the guy's like holding his dick and pointing, like, look at this, ladies. That's the equivalent. That's how off that was. We should do that. Hey, you know, at the end of my life, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the guys together. Okay. We're going to get the band together. All the red pill guys, like, look, we're in our 80s. We're going to die. Let's go out with a bang. And we're going to do proud of our dicks like a guy who caught a big fish, black and white photography. It's just going to be Rolo and Ryan Stone and me and Jack and Nuke. We're like, ah. I should find out who the idiot was that put that display back and look it up, like who the fucking artist was. Like, yeah, you think you're something special? Hold my beer. Bunch of old wrinkly dudes, red pill dudes pointing at their dick and it makes it in the MIA. That'd be the best, man. Oh, oh, what a legacy. What a fucking legacy, huh? Oh, that'd be great. Our fucking old wrinkly asses, man. It'd be the best. Oh my God. Where the fuck was I? Anyway, you want to do things to get to know her, not to impress her, right? Then you can hold your head up high, like, whoa, whoa. I'm not like I think it's the desire, right? I think that's the key thing to to remove your little bit of disgust with yourself is yeah, naturally I got a desire for you, but I don't even know if I want to like spend my time with you. So let's get to know each other, right? I've removed my desire. But if it's all it is desire, like, oh, I really want to get peen touched by her, then that is where the groveling would come in. I guarantee that's the source of the groveling, where your irrational and unreciprocated desire, that's the begging. You're asking her to do a favor. Whereas you're asking her on a coffee date interview, like, hey, do you want to join me in figuring out whether we want to get to know each other? And that's number 3. Are you seeking approval or are you asking for an audience to get to know each other better? And this is why I like the main reason for the quick in and out. Well, the main reason the airstrike, I should maybe call it the airstrike asking out. But the airstrike asking out is you have your number written down on a piece of paper. You see a cute girl in a public place, and because she's busy doing something, you're busy doing something. You airstrike, you're in and out. You're like, hey, I'm on my way out, but you're cute. Why don't you give me a call sometime or text me sometime? You give her the thing and then you get out. The more I think about the original one is you don't have to wait around for rejection. 2, It's in her hands. You don't have to worry about it. There's none of this texting bullshit on an online dating app or anything. You don't have to sit there and talk to her, which a lot of guys don't want to sit and talk to a girl in a busy aisle in the grocery store. I mean, Troy Francis does, right? I did back in the olden days. And you don't even think about it, but, it's a pain in the ass. It's a chore, and that's not the time nor the place to do it necessarily, to have some kind of conversation. Oh, you could be charming and flirt. It's not. It's better than not asking the girl out. But what I like about the most is anyone can use it. It's like a M1 Garand or a M4 Sherman Take or a P51. Like, this is something everybody can use, and go, 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 make a billion of them. Let's go, pump them out. And that is not groveling. That's not sitting there on a stage trying to impress her with your wit, right? To convince her at that moment in time. It really is like somebody giving you a business card saying, "Hey, I need someone who used to teach dance instruction. Here's my card. Can you contact me about dance instruction?" It's kind of same thing here. It's like, "Look, I'm a guy, obviously, I think you're cute enough, but I'd like to get to know you a little bit better, maybe move on to some kind of business that we could, mainly that business being courtship and dating." As opposed to like, "Hey, I know, so where you from? What's going on? Oh my God, yeah. I'm just here on my way to the orphanage to help with the children, and then I gotta go to my surgery job after." You're not doing any of that shit. You're not doing your salesman shit. "Hey, I'm interested in you. You're cute enough to meet my I'd like to see where this might go. Give me a call sometime." That is not I don't think that's groveling. I mean, anytime you ask a girl out, it's not like you're not groveling, but there are elements that are groveling. You're like, "Oh my God, please go out with me," and begging. This attitude, the difference, like, "I would like to meet with you at a later point in time to establish whether or not I'd like to meet you a second time." That approach, that mentality should purge you of that feeling of shame, guilt, embarrassment, whatever, humiliation. Um, and that's it, man. Like, it's quick, it's in, it's out. Same thing like when you're, in a dance hall, like, "Hey, you wanna dance?" They say, "No." There you go, that's it. I wanna know if you wanna dance to find out whether you could follow and maybe we like I mean, another thing, like, do you smell nice? That was always nice to get a girl to dance with and she smelled nice. Like, "Oh, that's a nice perfume." It's this nice little small thing. Remember when girls weren't fat and they didn't have all tattoos and they smelled nice. Those are the good days, yeah. I remember when all the women weren't Democrats. All right. Uh, and the thing about the quick in and out is that there is no opportunity for you to do any kind of court gesturing, any kind of performance to like, "Ooh, let me woo you over. Look at my magic trick." Like there's no street buskering, right? Like, and there is some parallels, right? There's just outright begging, the fat lazy piece of shit, like, down and out on my luck, even though I get $1 billion in welfare." But then there's the street busker who does a performance and an act. Okay, more likely to do that, but you're still performing for her, right? Like, "Hey, look at this zany thing. I go, my God, I have you for 30 seconds. I'm delaying you from buying your eggs and da da da." No, not even that. And that brings me to my fourth and final way for you to thread this needle and make sure that you're not simping. You're merely asking the woman out on a date. And that is, are you purposely walking onto a stage to be a court jester or entertainer? Right? You walk into a nightclub, you're on the stage, you're a court jester. Um, you I'm trying to think of other stages society puts in front of you. You trying to think of Are there any things in like a wedding? I know the girls get the bouquets or something the guy's equivalent, like, "Oh my God, da, 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 da." Speed dating, right? Online dating, you're on the stage, right? It depends on how the questions you ask, but once you walk, it's very you're unaware of it. You walk into a speed dating situation, there you are to entertain 16 girls in an hour. Whereas they say 5 minutes, even 5 minutes is too much. And by the way, the speed dating things, those don't work generally in a case. You go to the bar, right? You're at a bar. Now, bars, it depends again on your behavior. You're there at your local neighborhood bar. Cute girl walks in and just happens to sit next to you, and you just jibber jabber normal talk. Okay, that might, but again, you're not asking her on a date. You're talking to a fellow human being and being polite and having conversation. And then maybe like, oh, yeah, you're kind of interesting. You want to go out sometime? But if you go to the bar and it's ladies' night and you're buying girls drink, you are on stage. You are the court jester. So, and because society has been so this way for so damn long, you're not even aware when you walk on the stage, right? Talking to a girl you find who's cute over at the DMV on your way out, remember you got to be on your way out, is one thing. Talking to her and trying to impress her at the DMV for 5 minutes and fit everything in, now you're performing. Now you're an actor. Now you're the court jester. Even when you're on the date, you go on the date. This is why coffee dates, short dates, you have your questions. And if she sits there or she's looking at her phone, you really, at that point in time, you went from an equivalent person to her entertainer. And I am bored with you. I shall look at my phone. The second that happens, get up and walk. Say, okay, you're obviously not interested. I'm leaving. Because if you stay there, you are the simp. You are being humiliated. And, if she's rude, remember what I talked about, is she polite? Does she have good behavior? If she has her phone out and she's not talking to you, okay, that now you're there to entertain her. And that is a humiliation ritual. Saying, nope, okay, cool, I'm gone. And so best way I could kind of explain it is you got to remember this is a meeting of equals, right? This is not an employee begging an employer for a job. This is a contractor or a specialist that is looking for a contract and the employer needs. The line does not go down from employer to employee. The line goes across. The contractor, the specialist, the hired gun is on equal footing to the employer. The contractor is another company that decides whether they're going to do business with the employer or not, right? Go watch a Fistful of Dollars. That's what, Clint Eastwood is the main hero. He's the contractor. He's the hired killer. He's the hired gun. And it's two big warring families, and there's the patriarch and the matriarch, and they're in charge of their family gangs. But the line doesn't go down to Clint Eastwood. He walks into town, the line goes across when they realize, oh shit, he's good with a gun. He's on par with them. Matter of fact, the whole movie is how he's superior to both parties. And this is the same thing. You're a contract. Like, do you have a need for this? Oh, I do have a need for this. Cool. I serve that. Let's negotiate on price. But you will not dictate the terms. You and I are going to meet, no different than a business meeting, discuss some basics here, and figure out whether or not we might be able to exchange services. Except this is, all right, kind of things like, do you want kids? And, well, how do you feel about money? And boring, but these are these are pretty good conversations, how many kids do you have that you didn't tell me about on your dating profile? But the line is not, you are not her inferior, nor is she yours. The line goes across. You are equals. And I think if you approach it that way and, quickly asking out, you're asking on dates that are not subserviating, or you're just basically paying out of your ass, and it's get to know each other first. And then, okay, then maybe we go have some fun. I think that, and then the dates you go on are fun, enjoyable things for both of you. Not this, oh, she wanted to go see, oh God, I don't know how I didn't have this chick flicks. You never go to chick flicks. You don't go to no, I'm not going to chick flicks. No. Now you go find your girlfriends, or go find the guy you're not having sex with and have him come with you. And then when you're done with that, I'll bang you when you get home. Oh my God. And then you'd be surprised. Like, okay. So there you go. Good question. Good question. Link below is the book of numbers, analyzing the ROI in the pursuit of women. Please get that. If you have questions, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com. Let's go to the super chats. Ray, thoughts and minds. Who is dating these days? The people who ask. Not a lot. Not a lot of gals to ask out. I'll admit that, especially in Ohio, Ray. I can't imagine there's a ton of good looking gals. But it's the minority. That's who's dating. Uber noob. Oh. Yeah, $5. A pregnant woman art exhibit, and you made fun of me for Build-A-Bear. I know. Dude, I was 30-year-old Cappy, maybe 29-year-old Cappy back then. I know. I know. I know. Look, I am not God. I did not bat 1,000. All right. I have failed. I was a imperfect person in my past. I'm an imperfect person now. I had a lower batting average back then than I do now. I made many mistakes. Let he who hasn't taken a girl to a pregnant woman art exhibit cast the first stone. You've all had your pregnant woman art exhibits and experiences in your life. Give me a little slack. How do you think I got here? I made all these mistakes before. And we had a heady conversation in the parking lot after Build-A-Bear. What's heady? Is that good or bad? Heady. Several bottles of heady local wine. Exotic, exhilarating, potent, thrilling, stimulating. Okay. You go with the Build-A-Bear. All right. You got laid, I didn't. There, that's the end of the story. And I felt dirty afterwards. Felt great shame. Uber noob, $5. Dating is a humiliation ritual for gals chasing Chad. Oh, not good. Outstanding observation, Uber noob. Outstanding observation. Those girls want to have Chad marry and commit, put babies in them. Chad's like, nah, you just keep having sex. Uber over on a slow Tuesday. Get commitment now. Gluck, gluck, gluck. 9,000. Love me now. Bail out now. Oh, yes, exactly. Love me now. Bail out now. Ring on finger when. Joy Davis. Hey, $5. Oh my God. Cut Cappy live. Men like him are few. He knows how to think and how to debate his point as long as he is not debating with me. Correct. Sweet kisses of trucking. $5. Girls make it easy if they like you. Hard to get is easy to lose. Yeah, it is, and that's all the analysis we've done so far has been about how men, I guess women too, it would apply to you girls too, when you want this chat alpha guy and to have standards or a mentality as you approach so you don't feel like you were humiliated as well. I think this would go both ways. But when the other person likes it, which we didn't factor into, but there was no analysis, there was no consideration of the other party involved. If they like you, this is not an issue. They'll be like, yeah, let's go. It will not be an issue. But yeah, when the girls play hard to get, which most of them will, because most of them aren't interested. That's just by the way, girls playing hard to get, she's not interested. You say, but that's how the fun and the game and what they've been told. And I say, I don't care what they think. Did they make it difficult to catch them? Okay, well, then that's them saying no, right? If a girl likes you in the real world, they'll like, yeah, I'll be over right away. Sure, what outfit do you want me to wear? Okay, I'm making you cookie, whatever, right? The girl playing coy and playing horny, like, okay, maybe she does want to be caught, but no, like if I'm hanging out with my friends, I don't go and punch them and they say, wow, he's a really good friend. Also, girls don't make you wait for intimacy if she's attracted to you. Correct. Sweet kisses from Truckin'. $2. Cappy, it's Truckoon, like Raccoon Japan for Buddy. Raccoon Japan for Buddy. Raccoon. Is raccoon the Japanese pronunciation for buddy? Truckoon. Okay, it's Truckoon. So it just means truckin' buddy. Is that what it means? Wisda, hey Wisda, how you doing? $5. Sweet kisses for Truckoon, nailed it. Recent events in my life made me realize if a woman wants you, they will rewrite reality to be with you. Yeah. Hey, Wisda, what'd you get a girl? She showed some interest in you, huh? Did she, what'd you do, man? You take her to a pregnant woman photo gallery exhibit art thingy? I know, you went to the toe foot fungus art gallery. That's what you did. $5 from Wisda again, could also be the effect of being the last bachelor standing, used up women hunting down nerdy IT guys like it is the Hunger. Yeah, that could be it. It could be it. Plus nowadays that, you're down in your career, and not down, you're down the path in your career, which means you're making more, and all of a sudden you're starting to stand out. Creed Bratton, $2. Where's the GoFundMe for Cappy's seed? No, there's no GoFundMe. That's up to the look. That's a woman's problem. Well, $2 million, I'll sell my seed to anybody. You could be a dude. I don't care. $2 million, my seed. Okay. Big legal disclaimer. I don't care what you do with it. It's not my fault. Like if you make 100 Cappy babies, I'm not paying child support on any of them, right? After tax, $2 million. So it's up to the women. Oh my God, I want an Aaron baby. Well, go get me $2 million after tax. And here you go. Here's a deposit. I don't care how many times you impregnate yourself. Good. Your kids, they're not mine. So that's up to the women to go to raise the money, which, by the way, this is entirely never going to happen. I don't think any woman is going to go fund me, raise me $2 million so I could get this internet guy's sperm and have Cappy babies. Paracelsus Underact, $2. Why isn't anyone reporting on the poll? I don't know, because the media is afraid of what would happen when they found out that younger generations could just take over a country. Wisda, $2. Maybe look, apparently being a dork is paying off. I don't know. You didn't you lose weight and you improved in all these other areas? Are you improving your fashion or just going out being more social? I mean, if you're happier, yeah, people could pick up on that, women as well, and they're like, yeah, let's go. Inquisitor Tibby, 10 generous dollars. You could go through the humiliation ritual, or you could work an extra shift. Thank you very much, Inquisitor. Especially for you young guys. Or hit the gym, or go build some gunplay models, or whatever infinite myriad of things to do. Almost like there's a menu. Oh my God, there is a menu. What happened to the book? Oh shit, I used it as a hard thing. It's upstairs. I needed something to write on. The menu, life without the opposite sex, goes through literally a billion, trillion, zillion things for you to do that doesn't involve being humiliated by the opposite sex. Ladies, there's a chapter in it for you too. All right, that's it. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. The book of numbers, link below. And then the menu, not linked below, but you can find that on Amazon. You do have to search the menu, Life Without the Opposite Sex, because there's other things called the menu, notably the movie, that is nowhere near as good as my book. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.